Hi y'all, I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining me today on my island Fair Falls. My name is Moss, and what we're working on today is an area of the fairy forest part of my island, and it's going to be the place where Stitches lives, and I'm going to be redecorating it for the fall time. So my theme here is continuing from like the forest entrance is going to be like a lot of yellow and purple and a kind of playful, colorful vibe. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm starting here with the exterior of the house, and I just really quickly decided to go with this orange and purple kind of theme because it's very Halloween-like and also quite colorful, which I think suits Stitches. I'm also going to be redecorating the inside of his house right now, and I figured I would just put it all into one video, like doing the interior and also the area around his house. So I decided to just start with the interior, and I'm kind of just changing out a lot of things, not really changing the foundational kind of setup of it, but switching the colors out a little bit to be less rainbow and more Halloween or fall kind of like. I was going with kind of a orange, yellow, black, dark brown, and a little bit of pink and that kind of thing. It'll, I feel like, make more sense when I'm done. Right now it's looking a little bit weird with just the random black bookcases in the midst of all this like really colorful, fun stuff. But I think that it works out in the end. I'm going for a vibe that's like very colorful, like I was saying, and with like the pink and purple elements and like the yellow and orange, but also kind of an autumnal vibe as well with like the dark browns, and trying to incorporate more black into my builds to give it that sort of darker, more spooky kind of tone. So this interior is going to be a little bit less rainbow than it was before, but still like playful. That just seems to suit Stitches. So I'm replacing all these different colored hanging beads with just the black and purple ones because I think that those look really cool. I was struggling to figure out what wall to use in this interior. This one was obviously way too much, but I wanted it to still be fun and playful, so I just went with the pink version of the playroom wall that I had before. Because I was saying this in previous videos recently, but I'm trying to like still incorporate pink a lot into the builds that I'm doing for fall, because that was a color that was definitely present a lot in the fairy forest part of my island, and I'm trying to still make it work even with the sort of spooky fall Halloween kind of vibe. But yeah, I'm just gonna let this roll for a little while, and I hope that y'all enjoy. So this part where I change the floor, I think, is really the turning point for this interior build, because it kind of finally ties everything together without having that really bright rainbow floor. Like the tone in here is definitely a lot more muted or like neutral, but I think still expresses like Stitch's personality and what I had sort of thought of as the lore of him on this island, which is if you didn't know, he's basically like a stuffed animal that's come to life, obviously. So He was like created by the witch of the woods, and now he's like over here with all this like sewing stuff, and he's trying to like sew himself a new friend basically, which is kind of sweet and also kind of creepy, which is exactly the vibe that I'm going for on this island. So obviously I have like a sewing machine and like sewing supplies and all that kind of stuff here, and also that'll be involved in the exterior part of the build, where I'm working on just like the area around the house. The Halloween candy item goes really well here. I think it's really cute. So I'm going to be trying and incorporating Halloween stuff into all of the interior builds that I'm doing. I'm going to be redesigning all of my villagers' homes for the fall time, the insides of them and the areas around them. So I'm trying to incorporate the spooky items as much as possible. So this is pretty much it for the interior part of the build, and I'm actually pretty happy with how this turned out, even though it might look a little chaotic, but I think this is a really good representation of like the color palette and the general vibe that I'm going for in the whole like forest part of my island right now. It's like playful, but also a little bit muted, a little bit more spooky than before. So obviously now I'm just starting to work on the outside of his house, and I cleared most of the items that had been here before. I'll go ahead and link in the corner the video where I initially did this build in the winter time, because I think that it was really cute before. Yeah, I still, like I said, wanted to incorporate a lot of pink into this area of the island, especially around like Stitch's and Tia's houses, because they have the more sort of cutesy aesthetic to them. I'm going to be kind of using most of the same items that I already had around Stitch's house and just kind of re-customizing them and rearranging them a little bit. Also, like I said in my forest entrance build, I'm trying to sort of streamline my path a little bit more because I had it like in chunks like you can see, but I wanted to make it more continuous. So I'll be doing that too. I'm not going to be working so much on the cliffs behind his house just because I didn't get around to it while I was filming this. So that's probably going to be something I do off camera. I just find decorating cliffs to be kind of tedious sometimes, and I forget about them a lot, and then I am like, oh, the background of this build doesn't look very good. But that's fine. It'll all come together eventually. So now that I've pretty much finished putting down all the custom designs that I'm using on the ground here, I'm obviously going to start putting some items down. I have some like dreamy shelves and this ranch wardrobe and like these simple panels that have the Halloween candy kind of design on them. And I'm just going to be like trying to figure out some way that I like all this stuff to be arranged. He's going to have another like sewing kind of area out here, and it's all going to be kind of like brown and pink and purple kind of and black kind of vibes. I had never really used the like strange mushroom customization of the mush log before because like I haven't incorporated purple into my builds a lot before now, but I'd kind of forgotten that that item has a like purple mushroom customization, so that was cool. I think it goes really well in this area, and I like the combination of these simple panels with this design and the like black version of the dreamy shelves with like the purple and black toys on them. But yeah, right now I'm obviously just setting up the sewing area with some yarn and a sewing project, some of his failed experiments, etc. There was no real grand plan with this build. I was just kind of messing around and placing the items I had had before just in like darker customizations and stuff. And I don't know, I feel like I feel this impulse to like apologize for this build being like simple or like not groundbreaking, and I'm kind of just like decorating. But yeah, I've been feeling kind of like my content isn't interesting enough, because specifically like modding is getting really huge in the community right now, which I think is really cool, and I've really enjoyed watching those videos, but that's not something that I'm going to be able to do anytime really soon. So I'm feeling like, oh no, my content is going to be less interesting than other people's, because I'm still just kind of playing the game regularly and being very like slow paced with it and stuff. But hopefully that's something that people can appreciate, I guess. But yeah, I'm still just going to continue to just play the game the way I have been for a while, at least. There's just a lot going on right now, and I need to like just take my time and kind of figure out what direction I want things to go in. And right now I'm really just focusing on redecorating Fair Falls for the autumn season, and not really making any huge changes or trying anything super different, but just kind of playing around and having fun. And my content is probably going to continue to just be this sort of chill, like nothing too crazy going on kind of vibe. And then who knows what'll happen after that, because I think that once I've fully finished the fall version of this island, which I'm planning to have done by Halloween, and hopefully I can accomplish that. But once that's all done, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do after that, because at that point I will have had this island for about a year or a little over a year, and like gone through all seasons and everything, and I'm kind of thinking I might just restart after that. It was actually my goal to have this island for a full year, and so now that that's about to happen, I am not totally sure what I want to do afterwards. But yeah, I do think I want to like start a whole new island. I'm not sure if I'll flatten this island or if I'll just completely restart, but I'm definitely feeling like a fresh start will be in order after all this. All right, I'm getting towards the end of this build now, and so I'm just going to go ahead and walk through the entrance to the forest so you can kind of see how this area flows into the next. that's going to be the build for today. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I still really like this color palette. I think it's really cool. Definitely let me know what you think in the comments, and if you're not subscribed and you would like to, then go ahead and do that. That would be really cool of you. And I really hope that y'all have a great day, and I'll see you soon with new videos. Bye-bye.